All right, we have another one. This is going to be purple belt. We got Randy over here. I believe a blue belt, Victor over here. And yeah, we'll get started. Let me see if I can. There we go. This is going to be a very short one. It's kind of caught in the middle of it. Randy was sitting there to a guard, and now obviously he's coming up to a single. Good sprawl from Victor here. Randy gets to his feet here, and this is always a good, even though the posture's broken down here, this is okay. This is kind of a, single. We'll see what Randy can do with this. I usually tell guys to start circling here, but always, especially for beginners, when you start to do wrestling, or even specifically single legs as well, and double legs for that matter. Just in general, just ignore everything I just said. Just do wrestling. When you do wrestling, just go forward. Okay. Don't stop and be, either stand still or pull for that matter. You will end up doing some pulling, but it'll be to do a specific move. So, but just as a general rule, just walk forward. Okay. So it's a good sprawl from Victor here, and we got hands to the mat, 4 points, and then Victor drags him down. He's got a head and arm. Good connection from Victor here. Luckily, he's staying really connected on the side to see what he tries to go for here. Looks like Randy might have a grip on the hands here. This is okay, switch. So Victor tries to do a quick switch over to the back. And a little too so what happened here was Randy trapped his arm, and we're just kind of it's called a fat man roll. And this could just happen because there was no, there's not any really hooks established here, and this is I can't pull his arm out here, so he can't post, and so now he's going to get rolled here. Boom. As soon as he rolls, Randy turns and goes to a reverse case-up position to establish top control. And that was really good on Victor's part. You can see that he actually got to the full guard in that scramble. So we're at a full guard. Okay, Randy's going standing up. As a general rule, especially in this day and age, the general rule is to break a full guard is to get to your feet. Obviously, you need to be careful about both of your feet being controlled. And when I teach guard breaking classes, it's always important to understand when you stand up to try to stand staggered and turning your knees in this to one direction, left or right, depending on how you're actually trying to break the guard. But good posture here, and then we can start to break the guard open. And Randy just goes parallel here. He's not even staggering his legs, just post up and does a little shaky to bust the legs open here. And now we have both his legs are gripped here. Let's watch his knees. I'm curious to see if Victor holds onto this grip to see if he knocks him over. Nope, he let go of the grip. And it was too high. He was on the calf here. So when you have the grip here on the calf, trying to do like a tripod sweep or a dummy sweep, you need to be more towards the Achilles here. So you can still do it with the calf here. It's just a little more difficult. Randy's kind of pushing his hips in there, pushes the feet out of the way, and now he's going to try to insert this knee. Okay, the knee, nope, he didn't make it. So good on Victor here, creating some frames with his hands, trying to keep his knees in front of his guard. Randy's really controlling this foot. This is very important. I always tell guys, when you're passing the guard in this particular way, the top arm here, Victor's top arm, and his top leg, which this would be the leg that's up, not the leg that's down. Those are the two things that are going to be giving him space, creating space by frames, and also resetting the position. So this is more of the retention leg, and the arm's going to be more of the framing arm to give space. So to control those two things is important. So Randy still has his hand on the foot here. It was a good cartwheel, and I rarely say cartwheels work, but it looks like he did a cartwheel and actually passed here to more of a leg drag. The reason why this is difficult for Victor, if you notice when he's playing his guard, he doesn't have any connection with Randy's legs as far as with his feet, his hooks. Randy's doing a very good job of keeping his hands on Victor's legs here and denying any sort of connection with his legs. I would tell Victor it's very important at this point to establish some sort of guard. And I know he's trying. It's just very difficult to because Randy's actually just hyper focused on not allowing him to have connection with his legs. In order to do any kind of guard, you have to have some sort of connection with your legs. So by denying that and then timing it correctly, you can actually begin to do a pass here. And the person on bottom has to work a lot harder when they don't have the connection. So there's a cartwheel, and Victor actually follows him with the hooks. But when he lands, his leg got a little too far over, and now Randy's in a good leg drag position. Okay, so go to a pass. Very nice cartwheel. I've never had a cartwheel work for me. I've been doing it 20 years now, so yeah. And I've never had a cartwheel work for me, so that was cool. So now Randy's switching here to a quesadilla. And this is going to put some pressure. Honestly, the queso scarf hold, with the arm in or arm out, either Randy's right arm is going to be around his neck, Victor's neck, or it's going to be under his armpit here. Each one you can do different things, but both put a tremendous amount of pressure on the chest. If Randy's arm is around the neck, which it appears it is because I can see his hand here, his right hand, then this is going to be a lot of pressure. You can tap people out just by pulling up on the head, having a good sprawl over here, being really close to the head, and we'll see. It's a very underutilized position in my opinion, and I think the reason why is because it does kind of expose your back a little bit from somebody who's good at it. So if you're not good at it, you can be a little exposed and to sweeps and things like this. But if you get good at it and you understand where to apply your pressure, I mean, it's a draining position for the person on bottom. Okay, so it looks like he's going for the classic kind of old school catch wrestling or even regular wrestling kind of crank. And this isn't some people may think this is a neck crank. It can be, but usually it's just to restrict the breathing. It crunches you in. There's all his pressures coming down on the sternum, on the chest. He's pulling the head up, and you just can't get a deep breath. Like every time you let air out, you don't get air back. So it just keeps sucking air out of you until you have nothing left. Plus you're breathing hard probably, and you need, so it's not like you can be calm here. So this is generally more of a I would say not such a neck crank, but it's just like you can't breathe, right? That's it. So that was a good roll. It was a fast roll. These are just open rounds. There's no time limit, so we just see how long we can go. And that was really good on both guys' parts. Victor's very skilled at his level, and Randy's very, very skilled at his level. He does. We didn't see a lot of leg locks, but he's really, really good at leg locks as well. So, but yeah, that was good. We'll do another one. Thanks.